Have you ever wondered to yourself, is it time to swap up the gym orders in the Pokemon games? Are we too regularly seeing these rock gyms early on? Are we too regularly seeing ice or dragon gyms late in the rotation? Would it be better for the franchise or just more fun, more representative of the Pokemon to say, hey, let's put a rock gym at the end, maybe a dragon gym at the beginning or an ice gym at the beginning, something like that? Or maybe you hadn't really thought about it and you're now going, wait a second, they do tend to do things like ice and dragon late and bug and rock early. What should they actually do to make it better? Well, you're in luck. I went ahead and did the analysis and says some quick ground rules here. For black and white, I did look at black and white too, so the second version of Unova there, just because it got cleaner with the fire, water, grass, depending on your starter gym. So instead, they have that normal starter. And for Alola, we did pretend that they had gyms with their totem Pokemon there, since there were 8. But when we do that, what does that mean? Well, we looked at the median, the mean, and the count of gyms for each type, and we're using this to figure out what would be ideal for our next gym setup. And there's a couple things that jump out at us. We see water and electric, for example, are in very good shape. They have means and medians about where we'd like them to be, and they've had 6 gyms each. So we could basically immediately get rid of these gyms and skip them for the next generation that wants to go ahead and include any sort of gyms, orders, things like that. And then we could start looking at things like Dragon and see this is the highest average, the highest mean of any of them. So it should work its way over to the first gym. That would be really good. Dark has only had 1 gym, period. It was a gym 7. We'd like to counterbalance that with an early gym. We'd like to give them another gym in the next game. That could be gym 2. Then we move over to what are some of the other ones that have been light on gyms? Well, ground has been really light on gyms. It's a little on the higher side for its averages. So let's go ahead and make that gym 3. Then we move into, look at this, Psychic. 3 count here, and another pretty high number here with this 6.6 average and this 7 median. Let's go ahead and make that gym 4. Poison with another low count. It's only had 2 gyms over the time. Might feel like more than that, but that's because there's been so many Gen 1 remakes where we've seen Koga or his daughter running the gym. But in terms of the actual count, if we go by region, only had the 2 there. So not actually very many, and we'll go ahead and put that in there for Gym 5. This is where things get interesting. Now we're looking at Gym 7, 6, 7, and 8, and we want some of these lower numbers, some of these really low averages to take over as the late gyms. So these would be the ones that you'd have in the past thought of as the, hey, we just run them over gyms. So we're going to move into normal type, which has an average of 1.9 here, and we're going to make that Gym 6. Then comes our bug type, which has had gyms 1, 2, and 3 across 3 different games. No high-level gyms there. That's going to be our 7th gym. Game Freak's going to have to come up with some tough bug Pokemon. Maybe they're going to have a legendary this time. Who knows? And then we've got our rock Pokemon. And you might not have expected rock to be that weak of a type compared to, say, bug, for example. But what you're actually looking at is it's been used 3 different times as the first gym. And then 1 time as the second gym, with only 1 later entry as the 6th. So we want to give it an 8th gym setup, and that would be our order. So that's going to end up being Dragon for the first gym, Dark for the second, Ground for the third, Psychic for the 4th, Poison for the 5th, Normal for the 6th, Bug for the 7th, and finishing out with Rock for the 8th. And you could get some other gyms in here. Maybe if you wanted to have like my dream of an adventure where, hey, instead of just having 8 gyms to go through, you have 12, but you only need 8 to qualify for the league, and maybe you stick like Ice, Fire, Flying, Ghost into the middle of it, sort of between gyms 4 and 5. There's extra gyms there. Or maybe you do what we've heard they're actually doing for Sword and Shield, where you could go in any order. And in that case, you're almost exclusively looking at what are the lowest counts of gyms, where you're still looking hard on Dark, Steel, Ground, Poison, all those ones. That would be good there. Just get the ones with low counts up if you can do it in any order. But even if you can do it in any order, I suspect we'll see some level of this is kind of the preferred route or the canon route, that sort of thing. And the order that we've put up here would be a fun one to go into. But what do you guys think? Do you look at this and say, no, those are fun and all, but I definitely want to see Steel, Ice, and Fairy first with early gyms, gyms 1, 2, and 3, or Fighting and Grass as gyms 7 and 8. I would put those in the next game following a game that did this order. But let me know what you think of this order, or if you just much prefer that they stay with some of the, hey, types like Bug are supposed to be early gyms, they're supposed to train trainers on how evolution work, things like that, whereas Steel, Fairy, Dragon, and Ice are advanced types, and they really shouldn't go earlier than Gym 7, maybe Gym 8, and that's kind of proper because they're advanced types, and who cares about balance? Let me know what you're thinking in the comments down below, as I am always interested, and I do read all those comments. If you're enjoying the content, drop a like, consider subscribing for more thought-provoking Pokemon content, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Temporal out.